Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Ohio State Football with Scarlet and Gray here on YouTube. Thank you, as always, Buckeye fans, for joining us. Just Johnny Bully here today to talk to you about the Notre Dame game, a little bit of a common sense type of breakdown / preview of what to expect. Basically, the keys to victory. You want to look smart in front of your friends? The keys to victory to the Notre Dame game. All right, a little bit of help before I get into some disclaimers and stuff. If you're confident in Ohio State's victory, if you're confident that it's going to go down in favor of the Buckeyes, give this video a like. I want to see if it's really as, like, Twitter tells me utmost confident in the Buckeyes. YouTube tells me kind of, we're like 3/4 of the way there. The media seems to be all Buckeyes. Let's see what you think. Like this video if you think Ohio State stands a very, very good chance at victory on Saturday, September 3rd against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Huge Week 1 matchup, which we are about to break down. This is Sunday, the 28th, as I'm recording this. I wanted to record this for a few reasons at this time. One, to get it out to in time to for you guys to enjoy it through the week. And the other thing is, Zach Smith, Menace to Sports, is going to do a preview, he said, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. I wanted to get my thoughts out before I listened to his because his thoughts will greatly influence mine because I trust his technical analysis more so than most people, right? So I don't want to have like a copycat thing where his thoughts shape my thoughts. I'm not an X's and O's guy. This is not going to be, hey, they have a certain safety who's weak. We should attack him with this route. We should use this type of blocking combination. It's not going to be that technical, but we have some common sense keys to victory for Ohio State to beat Notre Dame. So let's get into them, shall we? I think defensively, we are all wondering, what can we do to slow Notre Dame down? What's Notre Dame's even strengths, right? So a lot of times, Notre Dame has the strength in the offensive line. They have a new quarterback. And so you were wondering, how do we slow a guy down you don't know a whole lot about? How do we slow this team down? First and foremost, and this goes for any team you play, but I think this is especially true for the Irish, limit the run. You're not going to ask the Tyler Buchner to go be a superhero. You're not going to. This is not Varsity Blues. This is not Johnny Moxon and the West Canaan Coyotes where you're going 5 wide running the oop-de-oop, right? This is not Mike Gundy or Mike Leach's air raid offense. What I expect is Notre Dame to want to say, hey, let's coax this guy into the game, and we want to control the line of scrimmage, right? Head coach Marcus Freeman, defensive guys. A lot of times defensive guys seem like they're like toughness guys. They want to control the line of scrimmage and not make Buchner do everything and just limit the run, okay? And I'm talking traditional handoffs, and I don't know their scheme. Are they going to counter a lot? Are they going to pin and pull? Are they going to do a lot of outside zone, inside zone? If they're just traditional halfback dive, how diverse they're going to be. Think of the Oregon game last year where you had a somewhat mobile but limited quarterback. What do you need to do? You need to limit the run. So limit the run for less than 4 yards on first down. If Ohio State can consistently keep Notre Dame from getting less than 4 yards on first down, they'll be behind the chains with a quarterback in a loud on-the-road environment, his first start of the season. That will greatly enhance the chances of success. So tell your friends you want to look smart. Hey, as long as we get less than 4 yards on first down, allow that, we're going to be money. We're going to do really well. The other thing to limit them offensively is take away the easy stuff, right? Again, Tyler Buchner, new guy, right? You're going to obviously the easy stuff and situationally. So easy stuff, and I'm not going to say this is easy, but situational third downs in red zone, don't let Buchner scramble. If he scrambles, he's going to scramble some. He's mobile. But you don't want him to convert 3rd and 7s with his legs repeatedly. You don't want him to convert 4th and goals with his legs. You don't want that kind of thing. That will just demoralize the defense, extend the drive, keep them on the field longer. You do not want Buchner to just blow you out of the water with his legs. And he doesn't even have to have 100 yards rushing. You can have 60 really key yards, third down type of stuff, and really hurt your opponent. So they got to limit that. The easy stuff, though, in the throw game. Again, I don't think this guy is going to be dropping dimes all over the field, a lot of deep stuff down the sidelines. I'm not saying they won't take a deep shot, a play action shot, a completed deep ball on the sideline ever, or take a shot after a turnover, something like that. But mainly, I think you need to take away the easy stuff. They have one of the best tight ends, supposedly one of the best tight ends in the country, right? Take away the easy stuff that you would throw to a tight end right in the seam, or a slot receiver in the seam, a little comeback, right? A slant, a scrape, that kind of thing. You want to take that stuff away because, again, think Anthony Brown. You're not going to ask this kid to go out and be Dwayne Haskins. And listening to what you kind of hear about this kid in preseason writers and that kind of thing, nobody thinks he's Dwayne Haskins with his arm. They think he's a good athlete, decent enough, accurate enough passer, it seems to say, not just jaw-dropping or anything. So you're not going to ask this kid to go out and be C.J. Stroud, right, or Sam Bradford back in those Oklahoma days or something like that, and just drop dimes everywhere. So easy stuff. Last year, the linebackers used to just sink and guard grass when they sunk in zone, and you had these huge gaps, right, in the seams. So take away that easy stuff, and that's going to need some good discipline, not getting sucked into play action, but also coming downhill and smacking the run, and not just staring at the ball, triggering when they see their keys for a run play. All right. So take away the easy stuff. Don't let Buchner scramble. Don't let this guy, complete bubble screens and get 27 yards after the catch, that kind of thing. And defensively, I think we'll be fine just because this is not the type of quarterback that you're going to ask to just tear you up through the air. All right, I want to get to something on the offense. The first wise Dan came to me with something last year. And I think he said something like, and I call him Wise Dan. Obviously, he's earned the name. Gives a lot of wise advice. He says something like, look, Ohio State scores 40 points a game. They win every game. And I'm thinking about it. And this is before the season play. This is early in the season. And I'm like, but the defense is awful. Think about it. As bad as the defense was against Oregon, 36 points wins that game, I believe, right? Wasn't the score 28, 35? 36 points wins that game. You look back at other days, Michigan, now they ended up giving up a late touchdown, but 27 points. You said this offense was the best of all time. Between the 20s, it was. With the lead, it was. I jokingly said C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback between the 20s with the lead of all time. The red zone last year was problematic for the Buckeyes. They couldn't establish a line of scrimmage, didn't have a diversity in the run attack. So the offense, guys, just score enough. What's that mean? You're like, Johnny, what in the world does that mean? Enough. Like an old Master Chief SEAL used to tell me one time, how fast do I got to be a Navy SEAL? Fast enough. How strong do I got to be a Navy SEAL? Strong enough. Okay? Just score enough. I predict a 38-point scoring a score put up by the Buckeyes, right? I think that's enough to win. If you limit, I think about 38-20 is my final score. Let me know yours. And all this comes down to, if you look at history even, Virginia Tech, Ohio State's terrible in these home and homes, by the way, at home, at the shoe. You think it'd be the other way around? No, they're terrible at them. Oregon, again, 28 points, lost the game. Virginia Tech, 2014. They couldn't score very much. Couldn't handle the bare front. Couldn't score. You look at Oklahoma, 2017. Couldn't score much. Well, the score was posted was in the teens. Yeah, the defense had problems. I'm not saying the defense was great in any of these games. That's not the story of the game. Really, the story is, now we saw how bad it was in the Oregon game because Oregon used the same play over and over, and that's shockingly bad. But really, If you only score 28 points with the greatest offense Ohio State's ever had, that's an issue, right? So score enough, and it comes down to one thing. I'm not going to get into X's and O's and all that. One thing, guys. Offensive line, hold up. We know CJ Stroud, when kept clean, absolutely can drop dimes all over the field. Probably, I think he is the best passer. I didn't say player, I didn't say quarterback. Best passer in college football by a pretty good margin, right? I think CJ Stroud is the best passer in college football. You keep him clean. Enough with the weapons. I'm not going to tell you the route trees we have to call and who we have to attack. I don't even know that stuff. But if he's kept clean, Ohio State will do its thing on offense. I don't think he'll be second half of the Rose Bowl every single game or even in this game, CJ, but I think he'll be good enough when he's kept clean with that skill set and those weapons. He'll be fine. Running game. I'm not telling you what kind of run plays to run. I just know with Mayan Williams and Travion Henderson. Actually, I probably should have said that backwards. You probably yelled at me in the comments, right? That's not the pecking order. I know. With those two in the run game at the offensive line, Justin Fry has these guys just opening some creases, just climbing up to the second level most of the time, right? Just executing well, not falling down, not whiffing on blocks, giving these running backs some daylight. They'll be fine. They're that good. I don't have to get into all the weapons because if the offensive line holds up, I trust they're going to out-athlete Notre Dame. You guys think so too, I believe. I think everybody else thinks Ohio State's athletes are just better, but it's all for naught if the O-line doesn't hold up. So you want to look smart in front of your friends, guys, just tell them, hey, if we stop these guys from running downhill, first down run plays, they get less of 4 yards. And if we just take these slants and bubbles and this easy stuff to the tight end away, we're going to be fine. That offensive line holds up. CJ has a few seconds. He didn't have to eat a sandwich back there. He just needs a little bit of time. Opens a few creases in the run game. This team will be fine. I predict a tight score through 2.5 quarters, and then a pull away. I'm going 38-20 Buckeyes. What say you? What say you? Real quick, I always like to give fans shout out. Shout out to my boy Sam Anderson, my fishing buddy, hopefully my hunting buddy soon. Made a sweet scarlet and great sign. It's in my living room, I think now. I don't know where to put it. It's a handmade woodworking sign. You guys are awesome. Game one, I mean, the fans that pamper me, I love you guys. Game one last year, I was in a suite in Minnesota, thankfully, to our listener, Brock, who is awesome. Any of you guys want to pamper me at any time, I'm all about it. The other shout out I want to give to special fan Lindsay. I'm a fan of toughness. I think, most of the watchers of this show are a fan of toughness and grit. Man, Lindsay, I'm not putting her business out there, but she is a warrior unlike no other. If I ever feel bad about myself, I can just think of how much she battles and everything, and I start feeling like a little baby a little bit. So shout out to Sam, shout out to Lindsay. Yeah, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, there's no such thing as boneless wings. Goodbye, God bless, and go Bucks.